This is Kajol Jadhav and I am here to explain daily current affairs for UPSC Civil Services exam. Simultaneous elections are bad for India's democracy. What is the need for simultaneous elections? Did India ever gone for simultaneous elections? Why was that cycle disrupted? Why is it difficult to go for simultaneous elections? So, what will happen if India does decide on simultaneous elections? This can be the most probable question for 2018 exam. One can see it under GS Paper 2. Important aspects of governance, transparency, and accountability. In this video, you can find detailed answers for all the above questions. The above article has been retrieved from hindustantimes.com, dated March 15, 2018. What we are providing here is just a 10% sample out of the full-length video. Visit our website iasvideos.com to join the course and to unlock all videos. We offer this pen drive course cash on delivery on Amazon.in too. Amazon will deliver our course to your doorstep. In recent months, the BJP government had missed no opportunity to seek public support for the One Nation, One Election project. This is a marked shift from its early days when it sought to position itself as a champion of state autonomy and cooperative federalism. The Election Commission had suggested as early as in 1983 that a system should be evolved so that elections to Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies could be held simultaneously. What is the need for simultaneous elections? Certainly, there are some problems associated with frequent elections. Frequent elections affect policy making and governance as the government is trapped in short-term thinking. It also destabilizes duly elections governments and imposes a heavy burden on the exchequer. It also puts pressure on political parties, especially smaller ones, as elections are becoming increasingly expensive. The Model Code of Conduct, which comes into force with the announcement of poll dates, prevents government from announcing any new schemes, make any new appointments, transfers and postings without the approval of Election Commission. This brings normal work of the government to a standstill. It also increases the cost of management to the Election Commission. Did India ever gone for simultaneous elections? Why was that cycle disrupted? After the Constitution came into being in 1950, elections to the Lok Sabha and all the state assemblies were held simultaneously in 1952, 1957, 1962 and 1967. And all the newly elected legislative bodies were constituted between March and April in each of these years. In the first three elections, it was virtually one-party rule with the Congress Party holding sway over the voters almost everywhere. However, in 1967, the electorate dislodged the Congress in a new states and voted in unstable coalitions. A couple of these governments collapsed ahead of time in the late 1960s, thus marginally disrupting the arrangement of simultaneous elections to the Lok Sabha and all the state assemblies. However, the real damage was done in 1970 when early dissolution of the 4th Lok Sabha took place. Since then, the arrangement of simultaneous elections has come to an end, and over a period of time, the country has got into a vicious cycle of elections which has begun to hurt governance in a big way. Why is it difficult to go for simultaneous elections? The biggest challenge is achieving political consensus, which seems to be chimerical. Regional parties will be more opposed to the idea than national parties because there is always a tendency for voters to vote the same party in power in the state and at the centre in case the Lok Sabha polls and the state elections are held together. Also, according to the IDFC, there is a 77% chance that the Indian voter will vote for the same party for both the state and centre when elections are held simultaneously. So, what will happen if India does decide on simultaneous elections? To begin with, a constitutional amendment will be needed. The Election Commission has suggested that the term of Lok Sabha could commence at the end of predetermined dates, and to avoid premature dissolution, no confidence motions should be moved simultaneously with the confidence motion for the individual hoping to be the next PM. If the House is still dissolved, the President can run the government for the rest of the term, or if that period is long, fresh elections can be held for a House that would last only for the remaining length of time. Assemblies can, as a one-time measure, be extended or curtailed to align their elections with the Lok Sabha cycle.